Hey. What you dancing on for? I don't hear nothing.
I'm sorry. We're live.
It is on pause. You know what, y'all? Welcome. It's the Real Recognized Real Talk radio show. My name is Franchella.
And I'm the co-host, Lynette. Hey.
How you guys doing? Oh my gosh. Like, it just always seems forever, right?
Yes.
Live every second Tuesday of the month. So we always because we bring you some amazing guests. But before we bring them up, because they both are waiting patiently in the green room. How was your weekend, girl?
My weekend was awesome. It was my birthday weekend. I partied a little bit too much on Friday, but yes, I ain't make it home, but I made it home.
Wait, back up. You ain't what?
I didn't make it home on Friday, but thanks to my friend Janice, she let me sleep on the couch, so I made it the next day. I partied a little bit too much, but I'm thankful that I was able to party on Saturday. I took my mom out for Mother's Day. We had a wonderful time, and then a friend of mine took me out. I appreciate him so much for taking me out and showing me a good time on my birthday evening, and I went to church and all of that. And you
had to repent on Sunday for what you did on Saturday. Is that what happened? Okay.
I actually had to repent Saturday morning when I woke up. And I made it my duty to go to church and thank the Lord for getting me home safely. And I did repent because I haven't engaged in the activities since I was in my 30s, I was like,
wait, we have to take this offline because
yes, please and thank you.
I got to hear more about this weekend. It was good seeing you on Saturday at my sister's first Foxy Roxy fashion show.
Yes, right? It was amazing. It was amazing. All the models did an excellent job. You held it down as well and kept things in order and just made sure the flow of the show was what it was. So all of y'all did an awesome job. Some of the diamonds and pearls lady, I was like, oh, I might have to get. She got my little spirit, with the sexy going on. I was like, oh yeah, I need that little chain and necklace. I wear one day for somebody. But anyway.
It really was. Shout out to all the models and the designers.
Absolutely.
Rita. Show and some of the ones that's working backstage, the DJ.
Absolutely.
Work together in order for it to be a success.
And it was a packed house. It was a packed house too. So for that to be her first one, shout out to you, Dr. Rock. You did the thing. You did it.
Yeah. She sure did. She sure did. But I mean, they was that Showtime, the host. Shout out to Showtime.
Oh yeah.
He kept calling me. He kept saying, I was a drill sergeant. I was here you go. Yes.
But that's how you have to be to a certain extent because people will not listen. It's people you like get out of the walkway. You can't stand here. So the models are coming through. So there has to be some type of order. So you did a heck of a job keeping order because it's not always easy when you're dealing with the public.
Exactly. And so it really isn't. And you have to think about if you were to go to Hollywood.
Exactly.
Things that you have to deal with, there. If you don't have tough skin now, you can forget about it. You gotta have tough skin to be able to knock on them doors, to get rejected, and continue to knock on those doors.
That's right. That's right.
Shout out to her. Shout out to all the mothers for Mother's Day. I had to spend it I spent it with my mom. She was at the fashion show, and then we went to church on Sunday, had breakfast. That was nice. My daughter Brittany and hubby always looking out. He always
shout out to T.
Yes, he always go overboard, and I'll be like, I'm not your mom. You don't have to. But
you're his wife. You're his wife.
But you expect your kids to do more, right? Then
you probably should, but the kids they don't. So, but you got a great husband. So shout out to Tony, because you got a really great husband. He like a ride or die, and that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? He love you to death. He love you to peace. Y'all love each other the right way, and that's how it's supposed to be. I aspire to have that in my life someday. You know. It makes me look forward to wanting it, as opposed to some of the relationships out here, and I'm like, oh no, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that.
I know that's right, but you might not have that hubby yet, but you definitely got a big brother, because he got your back.
Oh, thank you. Man, hook me
up. We gotta do some cloning. I gotta do some cloning.
No, I don't want to clone. I don't want no clone. I want my own. I don't want no clone.
No, not clone far as looks, but far as the
personality characteristic. Absolutely. Yeah. I'll take that. Yeah. I'll take that.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, let's get to our
people will start making up their own little stories. Go ahead.
Rich is in the green room yarning, so we gotta bring him up.
I'm insulted. We warn you, Mr. Ashbly.
You wrong for that. You wrong for that.
Listen, we don't call this the Real Recognized Real Talk Radio Show for nothing. We keep it 100.
Set up by the system. Good evening, ladies. How are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm fine. Lynette, just let me address something you said.
Please don't pay no attention to what I said.
No, my dear. I really must. God has laid it on my heart. Okay. God told me to tell you that you're going to need more than Saturday and Sunday to repent, honey. This may take you into Juneteenth weekend.
Look, I can't even.
Old folks say, God told me to tell you.
Yes. Look, God knows my heart. and thank God for his grace and mercy and unconditional love.
All right.
Yes. And forgiveness, more importantly. But let me be proper. But let me let you put this out there. It wasn't that bad. Since I put it out there, let me put this out there. It wasn't that bad. I just didn't make it home. But I was somewhere safe. It wasn't like anyway. Let me give you a proper introduction so we can move on. Okay. So Richard Ashbly Jr. is the founder of LiteracyNation, Inc. and president of the Black Caucus of American Library Association. He is a librarian who supports authors and children in so many ways at the Sharon Hill Public Library. Mr. Ashbly received a BS and MS in library science and is also a certified GED and adult literacy tutor. He has received several awards and served on several different committees, served as keynote speaker at several different events, too many to name. He also had me and my godchildren, Tristan and Trace, at the Sharon Hill Public Library to do a book signing as well. So we are so thankful for that. And he definitely supports Black authors. So we welcome him on the Real Recognized Real Talk Radio Show. Welcome, Mr. Richard Ashbly Jr.
Thank you. Let me just make one little correction. I'm no longer president of the National Black Librarians. I'm now president of the Pennsylvania Black Librarians.
Pennsylvania Black Librarians. See what happens when y'all send an updated bio.
I know. I treated Lynette so good when I met her at the library. And now I come on her show, she just slapping me around and ping-ponging me between her other hosts. I'll see you again.
No, I said welcome. This is a family-friendly show. You are welcome here.
I met your family. You all are just wonderful, wonderful people.
Thank you
so much for having me here this evening.
Thank you. So tell us about what you do at the Sharon Hill Public Library. Tell us about your stuff and what you do and how people can support it.
So, first of all, I am blessed beyond measure. My cup is filled up and running over. I'm a librarian, and I'm also a child of God. Most of all, I've been in the fields of librarianship since working since 1989.
Wow.
I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, a very poor reader. I liked 12th grade so much I did it twice. I don't want to leave.
Wait, Rich. Is that your story and you sticking to it?
That's our story. I'm sticking to it. I mean, who gets left back in the 12th grade? You got to be pretty dumb to get left back in the 12th grade.
Or goofing off and playing around is what it is. Some people don't take it really seriously. They goofing off, and the last year you get so tired, you just be like, I don't even feel like this anymore, thinking they're gonna pass you anyway. But then the teachers be like,
I'm 70 years old, and I grew up in the civil rights era. I grew up in the 70s, and I had a teacher who I just thought was a straight up racist and a pervert. And I refused to do the work he was having us to do or write papers the way he wanted us to write them. And so he said if I didn't write them the way he wanted me to write them, he would fail me and I would be left back. And my mom and dad pleaded for me to write it the way I wanted to write it. But back then I had my little afro right on. He can't leave me back. And he failed me and left me back. And he made sure that I was in his class the next year. I ended up having to write the paper the way he wanted me to write it anyway to get out. Lesson learned. But I started back in '89 working in libraries. But when I was 15, very poor reader, my mother came to me and she told me, don't worry that I would be a good reader one day and that I would be a librarian.
Wow.
I thought the woman had lost her mind. A librarian, I could barely read. But she spoke a lot of things into my life that happened, and she said I would be a librarian. And I went back to get my master's in library science at the age of 55.
Wow.
And like I said, I'm 70 now. And once I received my degree in library science, master's, I became a library director. So usually it takes 8 to 10 years to become a library director after you receive your degree. But I received my degree in May, and I was an interim director in June.
Wow.
And that didn't work out too well. And they fired me in August.
Too fast, too soon. Too fast, too soon. You got to get the experience under your belt. So a lot of times they say, oh, you got to get the degree. You got to get the degree. And then when you get the degree, they say, oh, where's your experience? So it's always good. I tell people intern somewhere to get to gain the experience that you need. But
well, it wasn't so much the experience. It was they were stealing. they were robbing the place. And I started asking questions, and they was like, "You got to go." But when they fired me, my whole life and everything just took off. They fired me. God put in my heart to start my own company. He says, "Call it LiteracyNation," and I did. And he woke me up one night, and he said, "I want you to say your motto is with literacy and justice for all."
Wow.
And he put that in my heart. I got up the next morning, and I started LiteracyNation. 501c3. We built our own library. Somebody donated a building to me. They paid all the bills. We built a library, 12 room, over 6,000 books, and I made myself the director.
Wow.
And I did that for 2 years, and I went to all kind of conferences and everything, and I ran around with one of my little director's badge. And then when I saw a library had opened up in Yaden for a director, I went and applied. And I flooded social media with stuff about me being the director of this library. So when they did the background search, they said, well, this guy's been the director of this library for 2 years. Let's bring him in.
Now let's pay him officially, right?
Exactly.
Shout out to the person who actually invested in you and gave you that building. Shout out to them because
it's strange. I was downtown Philly, met this lady. She gave me the building, and turned out she didn't know it, and I didn't know it. She lived 5 doors down from me.
Wow, that was God.
Building. And so then we have LiteracyNation. I was the director at the Yaden Public Library. I was director at McKees Rocks. And in between that, I became the president of the New York Black Librarians. Then I became the president of the National Black Librarians. Now I'm the president of the Pennsylvania Librarians, president of LiteracyNation.
Well, I want to talk about what you do there. Like, I know you're doing great things with the students at the school that's across the street from the Sharon Hill Public Library. And every Monday, tell us about what you do there, because I think that's so awesome. Literacy is so important.
It's very important.
So every Monday, I bring the kids over from the school from across the street, and I do a story hour with them. So usually directors of libraries don't do story hours. That's beneath them. That's not their pay grade. They did that to get to become a director. But I truly believe that as a director and as a Black man, it's so important for our young people to see me on the floor, reading books, laughing, making mistakes, being silly, and letting them know that it's okay to be a child. And it's okay not to read so well, but the more you practice, the more you learn.
Absolutely.
So, I'm boots on the ground. I could be a director in any library I wanted to in this country, but I don't want to be in a big library with a big system, and I don't get to see the people. I don't get to see the children. I don't get to walk up and down the street and meet everybody. I'm so bogged down in administrative work. To me, that's not a librarian.
It sounds like it's more than just a job to you. You know,
absolutely.
This is my passion.
A job, right? It has to be your passion in order to get out there and be involved. You know.
So what I learned was that during COVID, everybody was. I'm just talking to women. My mom is my best friend, so everything revolves around wellness with women to me.
Okay.
My mom was my best friend. So and during COVID, I was up in Pittsburgh, and there was an app called Clubhouse.
I've heard of it.
Everybody's on Clubhouse, and everybody's writing all these books, especially women. Women are stuck in the house during COVID with people they didn't really know. And they were stuck in the house in COVID, thinking about trauma and anything and everything they've ever gone through in their life. Because before COVID, we're running around, we're hustling and bustling, but now COVID came and we stopped, and now we're thinking about all these things, and women are writing these books.
Right.
And I'm saying, well, what's going to happen to her story after COVID?
Right.
What's going to happen to her? And so I started talking to some of the people, and they was telling me the horror stories about their book, writing their book, going to libraries, and libraries saying, no, we don't take it, or giving them this magic piece of paper saying, read this, and it'll tell you why you can't have your book in the library. And that piece of paper was called the Collection and Development Policy. That keeps your book out of the library. So I started putting books into the library, cataloging books. I cataloged over 2,500 books and put it in the library in Pittsburgh. We got to this one book called All Black Everything.
I've heard of it.
Everything. And they cataloged it as All Black Everything. So I catalog it, and I said, you didn't catalog the book right. You called the catalog as All Black Everything. It's everything. Right. And the author brought it to my attention. She called me up crying, saying, they did it wrong. So I called the library, and the catalog was up in Pittsburgh, and it was like, well, Mr. Ashby, hello, this is Karen.
Not Karen.
It's All Black Everything. There's no such word as everything, Mr. Ashby.
But it's the title of someone's book. How you going to change that? Anyway,
I said, everything you said is just crazy, because everything is in Pittsburgh, everything is in Southside Jamaica, Queens, everything is in Philadelphia, Detroit, Compton. It's everything. We're not going to catalog that everything. So I said, oh my goodness, she won't change it. So I talked to my colleagues at LiteracyNation, and I said, we have to buy our own subscription to WorldCat. We came down here to Philly, and this library system did not have the WorldCat. The WorldCat is a cataloging system that most libraries in this country and world use to find your book. So once I catalog your book and put it into the WorldCat, you can then have your book accessible around the country, around the world. But since this library does not have the WorldCat, they said it's too expensive. I said, I'll buy my own subscription to the World Cat, no matter how much it costs.
Wow.
So I purchased, Literacy Nation purchased our own subscription to the World Cat. We reached out to some of the top catalogers in the country, from Princeton University, Connecticut, Atlanta, Indianapolis. And we gave them access to this database called the World Cat. They named themselves the Indie Cats, and now they catalog independent books ourselves.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, because it's hard for some independent authors to, including myself, to get out there, you know what I mean, without a publicist or without a literary agent, you know what I mean? So it's very helpful what you're doing for not only just Black authors, but authors in general.
Authors in general, we have all type of authors.
Right.
So can I ask you a question though, Richard? You know, I mean, being a librarian, being that, you know, things are changing and the new wave now is what, like is it the Kindle book or the audio books? I mean, are you finding from like 1989 until now, like the presence of people coming into the library, taking out books and actually, you know, having physical books and not, you know,
ebook?
Ebooks or audio books? I mean, which direction is this going in, and how, and do you know, see it at any point, like, you know, prayerfully not, because you know, back in the day we had the encyclopedia, right? So we got Google, like everybody searching on their phone for, you know, information.
Right. No, people, ebooks are great, and you know, there are people reading ebooks, but we still have a large segment of people want that book in their hands.
Right.
I still have a lot of young people who really still want that book in their hands. Your device dies, you're stuck, you can't read your book, but you have that book. No matter what happens, you have that book, you have it in your hands. So I'm not a big proponent of pushing ebooks. They're great to have on a road trip. You put audio books, they're great to have, but there's still nothing like that page. You can smell that book, you can set that book down, you can fall asleep with that book. There was a book, I was reading a book, and it took me 3 years to read the book because I refused to read the last 5 pages.
Hopefully it wasn't one of mine.
I didn't want the book to end. It was called Bud Not Buddy.
Bud Not Buddy.
It's one of the best books ever written in the world. It's a young adult book, and I read it. So that's what we do. So
I'm gonna confess, y'all, I'm not a book reader. I'm a movie. Like, put it all in a movie for me to watch from beginning to end. But I hear that it's so much more in a book. You know how they make a movie out of a book, and you know, they say it's so much, you know, detail of everything in a book versus the movie.
Because
sometimes they gotta leave out certain stuff for time to get it in that 2 hour. You know, for the movies, they gotta leave out a lot of the content to get it in, to fit it in that 2 hours for the movie. But the book, it kind of paints the picture of what is going on with the characters. And so, I mean, I get it, because some people are visual and some people are, they learn by either reading it or by seeing it on screen. So it's a personal preference, really. But I think there's
still in the schools, they should still make the kids go to a library and take out a book.
Absolutely.
They do.
They do.
So, well, he let me say this. He's in the county, you know. So in the county, it's a little different.
School librarians, like Casey Boyd, Ebony Henry, these are prolific, fantastic, renowned librarians.
Right.
You come into their library, and they're in Washington, D.C. The children that come into their library, they have to walk out with a book. And when they come in, they better have a book to check back in.
Good. But now what do you think? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, dear.
So in the Philadelphia school system, public school system, it's a little bit different. It's not, they don't always have access to the books that they need, and there is a push to read by 4. I'm a part of the Reading Captains program. I'm one of the reading captains for North Philadelphia, and a lot of these children are so far behind on reading levels, and I believe that it's because 2 things: they're not exposed to books at home, and also, and there's limited amount of books that they're exposed to in schools, and sometimes people get passed through the cracks, with No Child Left Behind. They're pushed on, and they're not the student that the teacher calls on in the classroom if they're not able to read. They usually call on the good readers, but to me, it does the students who cannot read a disservice. And so what do you think is needed, not only in the schools, but in the homes, to help children read at grade level?
Good question. I don't blame those. Do not count on the schools to educate your child.
Right. It starts at home.
It starts at home. Parents have to get involved in their child's life. Do not send your child to school for a teacher that has 30 other children in that classroom to teach your child. You have to teach your child yourself. It's not the school district's job to teach your child. It's your job to teach your child. And I just think that the parents need more involvement with their children. Hey, listen, let's be honest. Parents are so young nowadays, they barely
know how to read and write themselves.
And so we have a problem in Black America.
Mm-hmm.
We have a problem in Black America, and it started in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And we're coming out of that problem slowly but surely. We have a lot of bright young people, a lot of bright young children out there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to do better.
Right.
That's why I do what I do for LiteracyNation, because the narrative is, we can't find multicultural books. No, you don't go to McDonald's and look for a steak. You have to go where the books are. And that's why we do what we do at LiteracyNation. That's why we are putting these books in the libraries, not just children's books of affirmations. We have academic writers. And one of the ways I want to tell you that we get these books into the libraries is that once we catalog these books, we then instruct the author to go to the library or have a family member go to a library and ask for the book.
Request it. Mm-hmm.
And so now you ask for that book, and they're going to say, "Oh, we don't have it." And then you're going to say, "Well, can you look it up on the interlibrary loan? See, we're going to give you the jargon to use." And once they look that book up on the interlibrary loan and they see that book is already cataloged, then you say, "Can you send that book to my library for me to get?" And then you do that to 4 or 5 other people. You have them call and ask for your book. And now there's 6, 7, 8 people waiting for your book. And the librarian see there's 8 people, 9 people waiting for that book. 5 in California, 4 in New York. Maybe we should get the book. And then you as the author, you show up at the library and say, "Hi, I'm Lynette, and I wrote so-so book. Oh my God, we have your book on hold." Then it's called Marketing 101. Never pay anybody thousands of dollars to get your book into a library. They can't do it. It's a scam. I'm not a book pimp. I'm a librarian. And let's do anything to get your books into the library. And that being said,
who's cooking? Why don't you turn that water off?
It's white. It say, "Baby, sweet, I'm on
live. I hear pots and
baby, sweetie."
Yeah, we can fight for dinner like what's going on?
You two are rough. Actually, y'all are rough.
What is going on?
Washing dishes and frying chicken at the same time.
Corn chips and, you know what I'm saying?
It's all love. It's all love.
People in here scaling fish, putting up sheetrock. I mean,
I know that's right. Listen.
It's like, baby, don't stop, and it just got louder.
We endured it long enough.
It's time for you to get off, Richard. Anyway, tell people where they can find you, because we got a wonderful, beautiful another guest sitting in the green room waiting to come on up. So
you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me as a sidewalk librarian. You can find me on LinkedIn at LiteracyNation. I'd like to let everybody know that we are giving a book fair on August 10th at the Philadelphia Convention Center for independent authors. And that's going to be an absolutely fantastic time.
Okay, awesome.
Absolutely. Make sure y'all come out and support. So we're going to get a flyer and information from him so that we can post it on our social media page. So make sure y'all come out and support not only Literacy Nation, but independent Black authors, because it's hard for us to get our stuff out there. So I applaud you and thank you for all that you do for authors. So thank you for being on the Real Recognized Real Talk radio show. And I am going to be in touch with you because I would love to come back to read again to the children.
We'd love to have you.
Definitely. I have a Monday coming up. I'm not sure if are you closed around the holidays? The next holiday that's coming up is what?
Yes, we're closed.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll try to find another one.
I'm sure I'll be in touch too, because I have a group, Diamond Divas Elites, and we're always looking to do some type of community service. So I'm sure the ladies would love to come in and read to the kids as well. That would be awesome.
That would be nice. I'm doing something on June 19th with a community read at the library.
Okay.
June 19th.
Juneteenth. That's Juneteenth, right?
Yes, Juneteenth.
Somewhere.
All right, cool.
All right.
Thank you for being on the show. And
thank you.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Now go eat.
We had Kay Young, who, she made a valid point. She said, depending on your community, schools are underfunded for obtaining resources, and that includes books.
It's so unfortunate, but true.
But isn't libraries and books free? So, I mean, why do they have to have funds in order to send the kids to the libraries to take out a book?
Right. And Global Citizen, they are big, huge proponents of Read by Fourth, and they have book banks for all of you teachers out there. They have book banks that will donate books to your schools. All you have to do is reach out to them. And when we post the information on our website after the show, I'll make sure that I actually include information on how to get free books for your classroom, for your school. So all y'all teachers out there, or your parents at home, you can even utilize that. Instead of take the video games out of your children's hands for at least an hour and have them read a book. Because let me tell you something, reading is really fundamental, and it's so important because everything that you do in life will require you to be able to read and comprehend what it is that you're reading. You want to make money, you got to understand what that the job description is saying to you. You're a musician, you got to make sure you got to read the fine print of the contract and the terms and conditions that you're signing up for. So all of that reading comprehension and learning how to read, the literacy piece is so important. You might not think you need to know it, but you really do, because you can't really get too far in life without understanding how to read, period.
Right.
So anyway, without further ado,
period.
Without
further ado, we're gonna bring up my girl Autumn.
Hey, how are you?
She's ready. She's ready.
The last time I was up here was like 5 years ago.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So we are going to give you a proper introduction. So Autumn Luke is the creative officer of Autumn Media and founder of LuKey Loose Leaf Tea. She is a passionate herbalist enthusiast dedicated to sharing the transformative power of loose leaf tea. Each blend of her tea embodies Autumn's commitment to holistic wellness and sustainability. Her teas are said to nourish your body and soul and take you on a journey of flavor, exploration, and wellness discovery. So welcome back to the Real Recognized Real Talk Radio Show, Autumn
Yes,
Lou.
Thank you.
welcome.
I
Yes.
appreciate that so much.
I love those play on words. So literacy, y'all. Literacy. That was dope.
I was
Right.
about to say, because I'm a wordsmith too. So last
I
time I was
get
on
it.
here for my music.
Right,
I
right.
get it.
Exactly. That's awesome. That's awesome. And,
Tell it.
like, go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Lynette.
No. Go ahead. I'm always
I
talking.
want to commend because, without even getting into it, whatever, before you ask your question, that T got to be working because she looks fabulous. Okay.
Right.
She
Oh,
looks
with the
fabulous.
glow.
I knew her when, so I can say that. You know what I'm saying? You got to put up some of those before and after. So, like, you look
I
really,
will.
really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you so much. Yeah. It's been a passion of mine for a while now. A lot of our families, especially the Black families, we deal with a lot of chronic diseases. I was entering my 30s and I said, I don't want to go through these health problems. I don't want to go through that itis feeling when you after you eat and things like that. So I just started to just change my entire lifestyle around. It wasn't just about doing a diet. It wasn't just about watching what I input into my body. It was just like, hey, I need to reset my entire life and just do things differently. So I started doing CrossFit. I started walking a lot more, reading more, meditating more. It was a entire wellness journey
Wow.
that got me here.
nice. Nice.
So tell us a little bit about LuKey loose leaf tea. And
Yes. Okay. So we were talking about books with Richard, which is awesome. I love the story. So I have a book that I've been reading. I want to put on Healing Codes for the Biological Apocalypse. Real
okay.
quick. And then also I wanted to read something from here that ties right into the plant-based lifestyle.
Please.
Okay. This was adapted from the Qigong newsletter. History of medicine. 2000 BC. Here, eat this root. 1000 AD. The root is heathen. Here, say this prayer. 1850 AD. That prayer is superstition. Here, drink this potion. 1940 AD. That potion is snake oil. Here, swallow this pill. 2000 AD. 1985. That pill is ineffective. Here, take this antibiotic. 2000 AD. That antibiotic doesn't work anymore. Here, eat this root. 2010 AD. That root is contaminated. Here, practice this energy medicine. And again, this is adapted from the Qigong newsletter.
Wow. Now, can you explain to those who don't know what is the Qigong newsletter?
Yes. So the Qigong newsletter, so first you have to know what Qigong is. It's a whole meditative spirit, getting into that, and they have their own separate newsletter. So with them highlighting this history of medicine, of how we originally started with our roots, we in terms of the what we now call vegetables, because what is a vegetable? Let's talk about it. What's a vegetable? Because I see stalks, sprouts. We group them all into vegetables, but each has its own purpose. Each is designed to heal our bodies, to help heal our bodies, to promote different things within us. And that's what we need to get back to, because that's where we originally were. Throughout history, people told us what we should do, what we shouldn't do, based on secrets that they wanted to keep from us because they wanted to control the masses. So what we can do is take back that control. We can heal ourselves through many different ways, but the way that I like to do, the way that I subscribe, the lifestyle I subscribe to, is a plant-based lifestyle.
Okay.
Wow.
Now my stomach is big, right? Let's just put it out there since I'm being honest today. We keeping it 100.
Yeah,
I'm like a skinny fat person.
I'm with you, sis. Like we get together. I was telling her earlier, like, I gotta do something about that.
Yeah, that's like the hardest thing to lose, no matter what I do. And to be honest with you, I eat what I want to eat, and I'm greedy. Everybody know Lynette. No,
she greedy. Yeah,
greedy. So with that being said, in all seriousness, do you have anything for the facts around the gut?
Now, so let me. So what I do have is things for digestion,
Okay,
digestive support. Now, I want to put it like this: you don't want to keep stabbing the wound you're trying to heal.
Correct.
So, you can take the tea, but you also have to do things that are complementary to that lifestyle as well. You don't want to put toxins in your body, but then try to heal it at the same time. You want to come at it from a wholeness place, like in terms of your wellness.
Makes sense.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but my mom's comment just came in. She said, "Poor Lynette. I didn't know she was greedy."
Yeah, it's so sad. It really is. I think I got a tapeworm. It's so bad, like it, and it always been that way. Like I have a love affair with food.
Yes,
and it's so sad. It's so true. But good food. I'm like, oh my God.
Girl. Yes.
Good food doesn't even if you because I like to live a plant-based lifestyle, but say if you want to incorporate meat and things like that, just have a portion. I didn't say take it out completely. Like
you said a portion.
Yeah, just have a portion. Like you should have
more. You train your body? Can you train your body though to have to only have a portion? Like I'm gonna give you an example. If I eat at let's say 9 o'clock, around 12, my stomach's growling like I never ate all day. And then if I eat again, maybe like 3, by the time 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock hit, my stomach's growling like I never ate all day. So I don't know whether it's because I'm not getting the nutritional values out of what I'm eating.
Microbiome. It's your microbiome.
I'm gonna write this down. I'm listening.
So there's certain so the process I said I wanted to do it until I figured out what you have to do to actually get. So they actually take your feces and they take a sample of it to figure out what's all in your microbiome, so that way you can detect what's specific to you. I was reading or I was watching something on Netflix about how this woman, she had a hard time losing weight. And she would do everything, all the remedy, everything, but nothing worked. But that's because once they tested her sample, they figured out she was missing something that makes you not be hungry, like, or that tells you that you're full. Like, you know what I'm saying? So she's constantly eating. Then she had another marker that doesn't allow you to lose weight no matter what. So that all comes from what we're intaking, what we're eating, because even the USA, the America, we have that lab meat now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Other countries, they don't have it. They banned it. So their microbiome is way different than ours because they're exposed to different things.
Right?
Yes. So when you change that microbiome by the things that you input into your body, that's when things start to change. That's why I say you can't have your old habits and try to doctor it. You have to have a lifestyle change and heal yourself in the process, because your body wants to heal itself on its own. Like, you don't get a cut and say heal yourself. Like, your body just
you gotta nourish it and take care of the wound.
you just have to be so disciplined. You know what I mean? And it's like it's like a drug. Food is like a drug, right? So instead of being an alcohol
and drug administration.
Exactly. Exactly. She right. Some people eat to live, and some people live to eat. So you're right.
No, absolutely. You know, but so and then of course we're going to say, you know, it's better than being an alcoholic, being a druggie.
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
have those negative things, and it's
But
just like,
is it because it all leads to chronic disease?
no,
True. Depending on what you're
right back
eating.
to where they want us is in their hospitals giving us their medicine, prescribing the things that they need. Because if that wasn't the case, why do doctors have a quota to meet for prescriptions a year?
no.
Now that I didn't know.
And I have a friend, and I'm trying to hook you up with her. She has her own wellness retreat and group, and she is everything is plant-based, but she does a whole thing. Actually, she's been winning a couple of she did a documentary, and she's been winning a couple of awards for her documentary on how she reversed a chronic disease that she had.
Yes.
And telling the story. And so it is real. Like we can reverse, like, you know, because
diabetes,
all of it.
And
all of it.
People, right?
Dr. Sabi said there's one illness, and that's mucus.
Mucus.
Everything stems from mucus.
Like bacteria.
But and a lot of and a lot of the things that we think like, because our microbiome, that's just made of a good bacteria. You know what I'm saying? There's bacteria that helps us digest certain foods and do things for us and block things like that. So it's not all bacteria. Is really they're literally putting things into our food that that just shouldn't go in there.
Right.
You know, when you have things from the earth.
And I drink tea, so I would like to try yours as well. So I am a tea drinker.
Yes.
So you have
tea. Yeah.
Tell us about.
Go ahead.
Tell us about your tea.
Yes. So first I would like to say you could go to light.house, that's lyt.house, and fill out the pre-order form. We did our soft launch in May. However, we'll do a full launch this fall. Right now we have 2 blends, a moon boost tea, which is to support the immune system, and then happy tummy.
Oh, happy tummy.
I heard the magic word. Tummy.
Yeah. So these blends are perfect. I actually gave my friend some. She had bronchitis and felt really down. She couldn't, move, hardly got out of bed. And she drank some of the tea. I'm talking about instantly like alive. I'm talking about down bad for an entire week. And I told her just keep drinking it every day. Even me, I went outside and the pollen got to me. And I was sneezing all day. So I just, took some at night. Perfect. Another friend, they had issues with their stomach, a little nausea. They drank the tea, went straight to the bathroom, felt great. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not just it doesn't only taste good, because I make sure they're flavorful. You gotta have flavor. But that's why I said is for the body and soul, because it makes you feel good as well. Now
it's not a diuretic, or is it a diuretic?
No.
Okay.
But so right now we have our sample boxes, which comes with thank you, which comes with a glow in the dark wristband, 2 stickers, and some tea. But
how many bags do you get in a box?
Yeah, so the samples are for making a gallon of it. So you'll just brew a gallon of it and store it. But as soon as we launch this fall, we'll have 1 ounce, 2 ounces bags for you all. we'll also have the crystals as well, like the crystal tea. So that way all you have to do is add water. And then we'll also have the Manuka honey sticks and some cough drops as well.
Oh,
So
wow. I like that.
yeah, we have the full line coming out.
And so we were talking earlier, and you said that not only are you doing the tea, but you're getting ready to do.
Yes. So on the 22nd, I start plant-based culinary art school. So I'm excited for that journey. So thank you.
Yeah.
So next August, I'll be graduating with that diploma. And I'll be making some meal preps for you guys. So that way I can, tackle the beverage and the food for you all. So that way, healing. And then I got the music to go along with it, so you can listen to it while, if you feeling down, you could just
okay.
I know that's right. You up like you ready to perform right now.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I got guys on me on my roster. And a piece too, if it come to it, I attack goals like I'm battling. Tell a story like I'm tattling, rattling. All the cages, bird go free. This one's on me. I got eyes on me. You'll see I'm fire, homie. If you get to know me, that's only if you show me that you got the light too. Let your light shine through. Our business hold meaning. I was meaning to tell you that you can make it through. Just trust your intuition. Everything will come to fruition. Just stay the course. We're on a mission. Don't you give up. Don't you give in. My friend, you gotta be it to see it. Be it to see it. You gotta be it to see it. Be it to see it. You gotta
be it to see it. Hey,
be
be
it to see it.
Yes. She is multi-talented.
That's a little poem I created to just provide some inspiration, because hey, that's what got me into this. I kept drinking tea. I wanted to see that change, but I had to be that change in order to do it. I have to. It's hard. I'm not going to sit here and say like it does take discipline, but you can do it because it's worth it. And for not only yourself, for your generations to come. Like you want to be there for your children. You want to be there for your grandchildren. You want to see them. You want to be able to enjoy them. So it's like, it's all that work that you're putting in. Just remember that reward is going to be way more than what you're going to be dealing with in the beginning. Because once you get the hang of it, it's going to be like, but that is going to be rough in the beginning. But once you get the hang of it, it's going to be there.
Right. So when we talked about this before, and because of the hustle and bustle of everyday life, you have children, you working, you picking them up, you doing this, you doing that, you stopping at the fast food places, plus you got bills to pay, so your money's getting low and it's cheaper to go to the fast. And that's how we get all roped in, instead of being the opposite, where the good stuff, the fruits, the vegetables are expensive and easy to get to. That's why we are where we are today.
And they do it on purpose.
Yeah.
To be honest. But think about it. Do you want to pay for
the medical
that might be more, or do you want to pay for your prescriptions later?
Right. And that really puts things in perspective, it really does, because you don't think about it, because you just go ahead.
No, not to you, but I'm just like, I have to figure out how to go to the school board and plead my case and change the curriculum of the school system, because not only through all of our guests and the different things we talk about, not only should eating well and the benefits of eating well,
health and wellness
in school, it's also everything else, the life skills of
financial literacy is missed in school.
No, absolutely. And thank God I had the parents who taught me, and I had the common to know certain things that I didn't go astray, but it's not always taught at home. And I know Richard talked about, don't depend on the teachers to teach your children read anything that starts at home.
Who has your kids majority of the day?
I know,
Right.
exactly.
They're in school like 8 hours a day, more so every, Monday through Friday. So I want to think, I want to believe that the message he was trying to say is don't leave it solely the responsibility of the teachers. You have to reinforce it once they get home. You know what I mean? You have to look through their school book, look through their book bags, look at their homework, see what they're working on. And even if you need a tutor yourself, because some of this homework, I had my guy kids a couple weekends ago, and he's like, I need help with math. Now, math was not my best subject in school. It was not my best. So I said, oh, Lord, you in trouble. You come to me, you in trouble. So thank goodness that they had the instructions and then examples. So I was able to follow the examples to help him. But this new math, I was like, okay, I've been out of school for how long? So some parents are at a crutch because they don't know themselves how to teach their children. But they do have tutoring and school that's free. They do have different resources that you can utilize for free, even yourself. Most churches, if you're a believer and you go to church, they have a GED literacy ministry probably somewhere in somebody's church that you can join to be able to be the best parent and support system for your children, to reinforce what the teacher is teaching them. Because if you don't, they are going to be at a disadvantage in life in general, and especially if they want to go into the workforce as well. But I could preach about that all day, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to stay focused on what
focus. No.
Focus.
No, but no, you're right, Lynette. And always, the conversation moves to a different avenue because we're talking about that. It's
right.
just to continuously get that out there. And I truly think I need to sit down and try to come up and figure out a new curriculum that I think will work in our school system. You know what I mean? Because it's like these kids, they're failing. They're out here falling out. They're doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And it's because they're not really, and I know it should start at home, but unfortunately kids are having kids.
Right. And you don't know the home environment. Like some kids, some home environments are not ideal. You got the drug addicted parents, you got, parents that are struggling to make ends meet, working 2 or 3 jobs. So they're not at home. So, it's a lot of things that the kids are dealing with that we didn't always have to. It wasn't a challenge for us. We live in a different time frame. So we don't know what they're facing now. So is it the parent's responsibility? Yes. But sometimes the parent is not equipped to be able to do things. So that's why they say it takes a village. You need a whole village and support system to back you and have your kids set up for success versus failure. But because at any rate, the curriculum
out even as on a plant-based diet, like to where like it's not hard for them to transition because that's what they were always used to. Like
sometimes you didn't have
some people are in impoverished states and cannot afford this,
exactly.
Which is where the community would step in with a community garden. Where did our community gardens go? Like, you know what I'm saying?
We have one in North Philadelphia and one in West Philly. There's some out there, but there's not advertised. You know what I mean? It's not advertised,
Wasn't Michelle Obama trying to get the healthier foods in the schools?
Absolutely. And it's almost like you can't approach the Department of Education directly. You got to go a sideway. Like you can't say, oh, you need to get healthier foods, or you need to change your curriculum. You got to say, here's something that will help to add to the curriculum you already have. Here's something to enhance the curriculum you already have. They're more willing to listen when you say enhance or, some type of outcomes, these learning outcomes and goals and objectives that may improve your test scores or your graduation rates. You got to come at them to where is it going to benefit our students? And they're not looking at it. If you say, I think you need to change your curriculum, they're automatically going to hit you with a defensive response because you're telling them we're doing something wrong.
But why not create our own program with our own curriculum?
I listen. I developed curriculums at LaSalle University where I worked for 13 years. So I'm on it. I'm a wealth of information, and I'm not a person that keeps it to themselves. All you need to do is say, Lynette, let's get on board and help me do this XYZ, and I'm on board with it. You know what I mean? So it can happen. You know,
it definitely needs to happen. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So we might have to take this offline and like.
Yeah, no, seriously. Cause I was just sitting here thinking, and I was like,
I know it. I already know it.
But yes,
So,
but with the tea,
we got it.
Moon Boost and Happy Tummy, you can both pre-order these on the website light.house. That's LYT.HOUSE. My name is Autumn Luke, aka LuKey Loosely.
Is it .com? Is it .com?
No, .com, just LYT.HOUSE.
Okay.
If you put that in your browser, it will take you to automedia.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
spell Automedia. How can they follow you and support what it is that you're doing? How can they follow you on social media?
Yeah, so you can follow me on social media at AUTUMEDIA or LuKey Loose Leaf. That's LUKEYLOOSELEAF. Or you can follow the Lighthouse, which is LYT__HOUSE.
Okay.
Thank
Awesome.
you, Autumn, and congratulations on everything that you're doing. And it is so important because, like you said, we don't know what we don't know in terms of healthy foods and healthy things that will actually help heal us naturally, as opposed to the prescription meds and stuff like that. So thank you for being on the Real Recognized Real Talk radio show. We appreciate and applaud you.
Y'all are so real. I love it.
Yeah, we love you, and we thank you so much for doing this, because without you, and we need that push, we need that help, and you need that support. So you got it. And best of luck with it, and come back, and when you get those meal preps together, definitely come back on the Real Recognized Real Talk radio show.
Please.
I sure will.
Well, we already told you, Lynette's greedy. I like to eat. So you need some tasters.
No, seriously, because I'm gonna be in school, so I have to chef it up. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to taste it.
We down this.
I'm here for it.
So 2 birds with 1 stone. You need to get your products out there. We need to get healthier. So
it works,
and we're gonna keep it real. I'm gonna tell you, I'm like, or
and I need that.
Or this is good. So, guys, hit us up. We definitely be down for that. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
See you later.
All right.
Awesome as always, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So y'all learned a lot today from Librarians and what y'all need to do to get y'all book cataloged and World Cat and everything, to health and wellness and eating better and learning how to, get off the meds if that's what you need to do. And I'm not pro or against,
even reduce your meds.
Exactly.
That's what the friend I was telling her about, Jackie. I jump rope with her. So she, she had chronic disease, and she reversed it by eating healthy, based stuff, exercising. It can be done.
It can be done.
Yeah, our community, we really need to change how
we eat and how we take care of ourselves, not just mentally, but physically, emotionally, spiritually as well, So I want to mention a few things. I
truly appreciate it. And
don't go off yet.
There, Ritzy. No, Ritzy on there. Okay. Hey, Ritz.
Hey, Ritzy.
My mom Dukes. Hey, Joyce.
Hi, Joyce.
Of course, Mom Darlene is on here.
Hey, Mom.
Sharon. I'm just reading up to see all the people are on here and saying, "Hey, Jay."
Hey, Jay.
Yeah, okay.
I want to mention a few things.
Cordelia, thank you for tuning in. I really truly appreciate it. We are on every second Tuesday of the month, and we always bring you a wealth of information that can help you or help somebody you know and pass it along.
Please share. Follow us on YouTube, RRR Talk Radio. I think it's 5331. RRR Talk Radio 5531 on YouTube. So make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Instagram page, RRR Talk Radio. We get our followerships up because we're doing great things. We are providing a platform for independent people who might not make it on mainstream, but we see you. This is our way of saying that we see you, we hear you, we love you. You are just as important. So come, anybody, if you want to be a guest on our show, on a Real Recognized Real Talk Radio show, make sure that you send your bio and email address to rrrtalkradio@yahoo.com. We welcome you to the show. Everybody is welcome. You don't have to be a big wig, and no matter how big or how small, we see you. We want you to know that we see you. I also want to mention
our website.
Our website address also is rrrtalkradio.com. So make sure you go on there because you can view these shows and you can watch the past shows, different episodes that we have on our website as well. You can also make a donation as well because what we do is free. We provide you this information for free. So if you want to send us a token or send us a donation, we gladly will accept it. It helps us to continue what it is that we're doing. But on other free
platform that we're using,
exactly, to pay for StreamYard because it is not free.
It's not.
So I also want to mention to you that I'm doing a peace walk through my nonprofit organization in partnership with the Mill Creek Advisory Council in West Philadelphia. May the 25th, we're doing a Stop the Violence Philly Peace Walk. It's a free community event. Make sure that you come out. I'm going to post the flyer of the address, so you'll have all that information as well. Now, Franchella, for our next show in June, Franchella will be, where you gonna be, Franchella, the world traveler?
It's a secret. I'm not telling y'all.
She's not gonna tell us. But I just want y'all to make sure that y'all tune in her absence. I'm gonna have a co-host who was on our show, Stacy Dowling. So y'all know we have a good camaraderie and male perspective and female perspective of different things. So make sure y'all tune into that show because it's going to be just as great as well.
Absolutely. Lynette always holds it down. She is amazing. She is the best host I could have ever asked for. I truly love her and support her. And
I love you so
for what you do, because you really, really bring it every single month, you know.
Thank you. Now, one day I'm gonna get the technology together.
that part. I left that part. I had to leave that part out. Okay, yeah, we gotta upgrade. I'm gonna say upgrade, but no.
It's like 1,000 laptops. If anybody want to donate a laptop to me with a web camera, that would be wonderful. I'll provide you with the information. Send an email to RRR Talk Radio and say, I want to donate a laptop with the webcam to Lynette, and we'll gladly accept it. Thank y'all. Franchella, you got anything else before we tune out? Anything you want to talk about?
I'll be celebrating my 60th birthday. So that part. That part. I will not be here for June show. I'll be celebrating my 60th birthday, God willing. He has truly blessed me over and beyond, and I'm so thankful. So, you know, me, of course, hubby, as well as some of my diva sisters and my daughter, Britt, we're gonna be out. So follow me because y'all know I post like everything. Feel like you are there. Wherever I go, I make you feel like you have been yourself. So you know,
I want you to have a blast.
Yeah, of course.
And so much that you don't make it home the next day. It's like, no.
Don't say that. I want to come home.
I'm kidding.
But yeah,
but have fun.
Plan. Yeah, we got some great stuff planned. So
Good.
Yeah, this summer is busy. Let me just say that is busy. You going? I mean, they already say, like, sit down, be still, but
live your best life, because you only get one, and that's for everybody out there. Live your best life because you only get one. You don't get a do-over. You can't worry about the shoulda, woulda, couldas, and just live. That's it.
Live.
That's it. That's all. Live.
That's it. So we're out, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Mwah.
Love you. Until next time.